Welcome to another joyful Sunday on Southern Gospel Sissy. I'm Justin Ryan. It's hard to believe we've been on this musical journey together for a whole year. If you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe to spread the message that everyone can be a Southern Gospel Sissy and be accepted by God. Thank you for joining me today as we dive into some of the timeless tunes by the Happy Goodmans. Back in the early 1990s, after the Gaither Homecoming video series took off, Howard and Vestal reached out to Johnny Minnick to join the family once again. This iconic blend of voices is the group most young folks will remember, and they went on to record 4 albums in the late 90s and early 2000s. Their first album, Always, featured beloved songs like I Hold a Clear Title and I Wouldn't Take Nothing for My Journey Now. I still remember the day the Goodmans performed at the Executive Inn in Paducah, where my dad worked. Vestal handed me a cassette of the Always album that night, and I played it until I wore it out. The old Goodman songs in a fresh and lively rendition just captured my heart. Their voices singing those classic convention songs with a modern twist was simply magical. Most of the songs they sang were about the promise of heaven and the eternal hope we have in Jesus. Today's medley includes 3 Happy Goodman classics from the Always album: When They Ring the Bells of Heaven by Albert E. Brumley and Marion Easterling, When God's Chariot Comes by John Taylor, and I'm Living in Canaan Now by J.R. Baxter Jr. and Claude Center. These songs showcase the iconic Happy Goodman arrangements that we all love. In some upcoming episodes, I plan to feature more medleys from the remaining Happy Goodman albums of the 90s, so stay tuned for that. Thank you for tuning in this week, and I hope these songs touch your soul and remind you of the comfort of home and the promise of heaven. As Vestal used to say, no matter what happens, as long as I know it's God leading the way, I'll keep on walking towards the kingdom with all that's in me. And just as soon as my feet touch heaven's soil, I'm gonna turn on. And if you knew Vestal, you ain't seen nothing yet. Happy Sunday. That'll be a happy morning over the sea, when the cares of life shall pass away forever. Music there to welcome all the ransomed and free, when they ring the bells of the heaven on that day. Oh, when they ring the bells of the heaven, ring the bells of glory, when redeemed are gathered home for a on the hallelujah morning. Everybody singing, shouting, what a happy meeting. Ring the bells of the heaven on that day. Oh, when they ring the bells of the heaven, ring the bells of glory, when redeemed are gathered home for a on the hallelujah morning. Everybody singing, shouting, what a happy meeting. When they ring the bells of the heaven on that day. Yes, when they ring the bells of the heaven on that day. That day. God's own chariot's coming in the morning. Oh, that wonderful day. Grand old chariot to come without a warning. Take his people away. I'll be standing there at the station waiting for. I am going home. I'll roll away. When God's chariot comes, I'll roll away. When God's chariot comes, some happy day. Egypt was once my home. I was a slave, helpless in sin
you'll do, Tammy? You'll do the same thing I'm going to do. The minute our feet touch heaven's soil, honey.
Yeah.
Hey, sure not going to be resting as a vest on.
Yeah, you can get hyper then.
Yeah, you know, they say...
You'll be in your new body, though,
That's
so you won't
it.
get tired.
Right. Well, see, they say that Tammy said, I hear comments on you, you know, on the road and all across the country. Said, that little Tammy really turns on. And I said, honey, because she is alive. There's nothing about her dead. She's alive. She knows why she's living. And honey, we turn on. But when we get a new body and our feet touch heaven, so we're going to turn on.
Any stopping us, will there, Vesta?
No, sir.